Hello, welcome to this video, and welcome to this channel. It's the first time I'm posting it as me, and I'm excited to share with you what I'm calling, and I'm coining, I don't know if anyone's ever used that before, but it's Spooktoberfest! Ta-da! So Spooktoberfest is my version of the 31 Days of Horror, except I'm gonna watch more than 31 movies. I've tried doing that before when I've watched 31 movies, and it's been fun and exciting. But this year I'm watching only movies I've never seen before. I'm watching movies from many decades, many different years, many different genres of horror, like subgenres, and many different countries. So I'm really excited to share this with you, the viewer, on the other side of the camera. Now, one thing you need to know, I have a dog that sniffles, so if you hear that, it's her behind the camera, just living life. Sorry if it's distracting. I live with it 24/7, so, you know. On this video, I'm gonna go through the films I'm gonna watch every day. I made a little calendar, so it's, you know, it's a little bit more fun. I also have a letterboxed list. It's gonna be down here if you want to have a gander, have a look, maybe share your own list with me. I would love to see what you're doing for Spooktoberfest. And yeah, if you have any tips, any comments on these films, please share with me. I haven't seen any of them. Well, that's not true, but we'll get to it. we'll get back to that. But I'm excited to kind of watch new films that I haven't seen before, that I haven't heard before this. And I'm gonna go through the list right now. We're gonna talk a bit about them, and then throughout October I'm gonna make more videos, you know, every few days, kind of giving a review, sort of, talking about the films, talking about my experience watching them. Some of them are gonna be on Netflix, on Prime Video, on Shudder, some of them I own on DVD and Blu-ray, which I haven't seen them before, so that's even more exciting because I get to, you know, watch my watch list that's physically present right next to me, kind of haunting my dreams. So yeah, let's get started, shall we? So, film number 1. This is my list on paper because I'm a paper gal. I'm gonna start on the 1st of October with the anthology series, Tales of Halloween from 2015. I don't know much about this. I know that Lucky McKee directs one of the bits of the film, and I'm a Lucky McKee fan. I like his films. I've seen a couple of them and I really enjoyed them. I've seen The Woman and I've seen All Cheerleaders Die. Those are really fun, so I'm excited. And the second one I'm going to watch is Wishmaster from 1997. It's produced by Wes Craven. I imagine that he was working on Scream at the time. I don't know. I'll research more about these films once I'm talking about them proper, but Wishmaster I haven't really heard much about. I know it's like a film that people know about, but I haven't. As a self-proclaimed fan of horror movies, I am astonishingly ill-informed on most things, so this will be a chance for me to learn a bit more. So if you're on the same boat, I'm going to, you know, be at the helm, stirring along, and you can come along with me. On the 2nd of October, I'm gonna watch The House of the Devil, directed by Ty West from 2009, starring Greta Gerwig, the love of my life, and also both Cabin Fevers, the 2002 one directed by Eli Roth, and the 2016 one directed by Travis Zed, produced by Eli Roth, which I mistakenly bought on DVD thinking it was the Eli Roth directed one. It wasn't. That one is nowhere to be purchased. I'm gonna have to rent it, but that's fine. It's fine, I don't mind. It's okay. I'll live with it, whatever. But I'm excited. I think it'll be fun to kind of compare both of them. I have a couple more, I think, of these like original remake films, so it'll be fun to see. On the 3rd, which is a Saturday, I'm going to do a little Nightmare on Elm Street marathon. I've only seen 4 of the original 7 movies, so this will be me completing all of them. I've seen 1, 2, 3, and 7, so I'm gonna watch Dream Master, which is 4, Dream Child, 5, and Freddy's Dead, 6. I'm looking forward to it. I love those movies. The second one is again my favorite, but I'll talk more about it when we get to that video. But I'm excited. I think Nightmare on Elm Street is probably my favorite of the slasher monster franchise movies, like Hellraiser and Friday the 13th. I like Halloween a lot, but I don't know if I like Halloween as a series, because I don't really think Michael Myers is that interesting of a character. Like, I like Halloween, and I like Halloween 3, and then that's about it. So, you know. Anyway, moving on to October 4th, which I'll be watching kind of witchy type films. One of them, the first one is Coven of Evil from 2018. That's on Prime. I'm gonna watch Lords of Salem from 2012 by Rob Zombie. I've been wanting to see this film for years, literal years, so I'm pumped that I'm gonna have the chance to finally watch it. It's really hard to find. It's not anywhere to buy. It's only on Shudder to stream, so I get to watch it. I kind of canceled my Shudder subscription a few years ago, but I resubscribed this year for this, and I'm pumped because so many good movies there. Yes. The last one of that day will be Season of the Witch, aka The Hungry Wives by George A. Romero. I love Romero. He's a wonderful man, wonderful eyebrows, wonderful glasses. I've seen the Dead movies. Day of the Dead's my favorite. It's the best one, in my opinion, but also it's the correct opinion. So this is a little bit of a departure from those. I'm not familiar with much more of his oeuvre French. So this will be fun. I'm excited. I think it'll be different. I like the cover, which is what drew me to the film. I often buy things because the cover looks nice, because I am like that. Moving on to the next day, I'll be watching Netflix original horrors. First one is I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in a House from 2016. That one is directed by Oz Perkins, who also directed February, aka Black Coat's Daughter, which I really, really love. He also did that Gretel and Hansel film. I've not seen that yet, but I've heard it's interesting, so I think it'll be good. I'm excited. The next one is Wounds from 2019. I don't know, this director is Babak Anvari, but it stars Dakota Johnson and Armie Hammer, two of the most beautiful people on the planet, so it can't be bad. They're too beautiful. Even if it's bad, I can look at them. There you go. Even if it's boring, I can just stare at them, and that will be enough for me. It's enough for me. Anyway, moving on. Next day, I'm gonna take it slow on the 6th. I'm gonna, you know, take a breather. Just watch one. It'll be Dead Snow from 2009. It's one of those weird, like, Nazi movies. It's one of those, like, Norwegian, Swedish, Scandinavian Nazi movies, you know. And it's like, I've seen Iron Sky, which is the Nazis on the moon. This one, it's zombie Nazis in the snow. I don't know much more about that, so it can't possibly be bad because it sounds ridiculous. So there you go. Next up, on the 7th of October, I'm gonna watch The Omen double bill. I haven't seen the second or the third one, so I'm gonna watch those two, which is Damien, The Omen, and then The Omen, The Final Conflict, The Omen 3, The Final Conflict, The Omen, The Final Conflict 3, I don't know. The Omen, The Final Conflict stars Sam Neill. I'm excited. I love Sam Neill. Jurassic Park, Hunt for the Older People, In the Mouth of Madness. Yes! Pumped. This will be great. I'm excited for this day. It's going to be really scary because kids are scary and the devil is scary. Not really, but it'll be fun anyway. Moving on to this 8th, we'll watch kind of serial killer-y type movies. I've got Terrifier from 2018, and that's on Shudder. And then Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer from 1986. That one I have on DVD. I've heard good things about it. I've heard it's like kind of serious, but kind of weird, kind of scary, kind of interesting. I've listened to the Faculty of Horror episode on it. So, you know, if they like it, I'm sure I'll like it. I mean, you know. Moving on to the 9th of October, it's gonna be my Rape Revenge Day. Rape Revenge Day. It's just a fun time, you know, it'll be a fun time. I have a doctor's appointment that day, so I feel like I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it to kind of reclaim my own body. And this is, I'm gonna watch Kuroneko from 1968. It's a film from like it's set in like the Heian period in Japan or something like that, and it's got samurai and they kill these ladies and they come back as ghosts to haunt them and murder them. So sounds awesome, especially because it's like one of those really stylish black and white 1960s Japanese horror movies, so it can only be good. And I'm gonna also watch I Spit on Your Grave from 1978, aka Day of the Woman. This is kind of a notorious film on my list. I've been wanting to watch that for a long time. So this is like me finally getting the chance. I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard really wonderful things about this film, about how it represents the rape revenge story. I haven't really seen the remake. I've only read about it. So this will be good for me, I think. On the 10th, we're gonna bring it back. A bit of humor with Ghoulies. Ghoulies 1 and 2. I've seen Ghoulies 3. You know, I haven't seen this first or the second one. So this will be me finally experiencing Ghoulies in their original form, coming out of the toilet, being weirdos, being ghouls. I'm excited. I'm so excited for this day. I found them on Blu-ray. I had the DVDs, but I found the Blu-rays. First time ever on Blu-ray in the UK, according to the Blu-ray cover. So, yay. So on the 11th, it is going to be my historical horror day. Which I would have watched Kuroneko on that day, but I feel like it fit with the... Not every day has a theme, but I feel like if I can make a theme out of it, it might as well, you know? So on the 11th, I'm going to watch A Field in England by Ben Wheatley. And then Ravenous by Antonia Bird. I've seen parts of Ravenous, I haven't seen the whole way through. I love Antonia Bird, she's amazing. So I'm looking forward to sitting down and powering through it, you know? Plus, the score is by the love of my life, Damon Albarn from Blur. So, I'm pumped. 12th, another take it easy day. You know, just one movie, just chillax. Do people say that anymore? I don't know. I'm gonna watch Antiviral by Brandon Cronenberg, aka David Cronenberg's son. I've got high expectations from the son of my favorite horror director. And it's starring Caleb Landry Jones of Get Out and Twin Peaks The Return fame. I don't think he looks like a nice person. He looks kind of creepy. So I'm interested to see what he's gonna do in this, because he's got a good face for horror movies. He's got that kind of like creepy looking face, like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. So this can only be good, right? Back with the witches. I've got another witchy day on the 13th. I'm gonna watch The Love Witch by Anna Biller and Dumplings by Fruit Chan. I've seen part of Dumplings. I've seen the short version that is in the Asian Extreme, the Three Extremes Asian trilogy thing. It's got Cut by Park Chan-wook and Bucks by Takashi Miike. And I really liked I think this one I liked the most. But I found out that there's like a full version of it, and I found the DVD, so pounced on it to watch it. The next day, it's gonna be a Shudder day. On the 14th of October, I'm gonna watch Blankety from this year by Clara Mamet and Bliss from last year by Joe Begos. I don't really know much about those. They look interesting. Blankety looks a bit computery. Bliss looks a bit indie-y. So this is gonna be my wild card day. Just watching things that look cool. Moving on, I'm gonna watch on the 15th sorority type movies. Gals win things. It makes sense in my head as like a theme. I don't know how to describe it in words. It's House of Sorority Row from 1983 and Slumber Party Massacre from 1984. I wrote it down wrong on the paper, so I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I'm excited for those. They look kind of fun, kind of like, you know, probably gonna have lots of boobs on them, which, you know, I can live with if it's not super like sleazy, it probably will be sleazy. If it's not super creepy, it probably will be creepy. Anyway, yay! At least one of them is directed by a woman. On the 16th, another take it easy day, I'm going to watch Offspring from 2009. Now another one of an instance where I've seen the second and the third one of a series, but not the first one. Last year in a film festival, I watched The Woman and Darlin', which are respectively the first and the second and the third one of the series. The Woman was directed by Lucky McKee, as I said before. Darlin' was directed by Pollyanna McIntosh, who stars in all 3 movies. And I've sought out this one because I liked the sequel so much. And I have them on like a special edition Blu-ray thing. I'm very, very pumped for this. On 17th, I'm gonna watch, it's gonna be a past and present kind of thing. Kind of a past and present gore, body horror type day. I think it'll be really fun. I've got Brain Damage by Frank Hanenlotter. Seen Basket Case, I've got it here. And yeah, I haven't seen Frankenhooker, but I will. And on the same day I will watch The Beach House from last year, from Jeffrey A. Brown. It looks really cool. I've heard that it's kind of like Cronenbergian in terms of the body horror, which I love. So I'm pumped. On the 18th is another Take It Easy day. Mostly these are happening more often because I ran out of movies to have like multiples of, so I'm gonna have lots of those Take It Easy days from now on. But this is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark from 1988. I know, like, what kind of a horror person hasn't seen an Elvira movie? But I'll see it, and then I'll become my final form. I'll become the final evolved form of me who has seen the horror movies. This is also the day that I'm hosting a remote horror quiz. So I don't have a lot of time that day. That's also why I'm only watching one movie. Next day, the 19th. That day is going to be really exciting. I'm watching Blackula and Scream, Blackula, Scream! Yes! Yes! I hadn't known much about this film before I watched that horror noir documentary on Shudder. It looks really interesting, like lots of like social commentary and you know, interesting representation of like black people in society, in American society. So I think this will be really fun. Next up, I have Nosferatu the Vampire by Werner Herzog, and Blair Witch by Adam Wingard. I love Werner Herzog. He's a legend. I like Adam Wingard a lot. I've seen You're Next. I think it's brilliant. It's got my favorite horror movie death of all time. I've seen The Guest. I think it's fantastic. I like both VHS movies. I haven't seen the other ones, but so yeah, I think it'll be fun. I'm excited for this day. I wish I could just experience all of these days at once, but I have to wait because it's 20 days away. Next up, I have Orphan from 2009 by Jaume Colette Serra, and a Serbian film from 2010 by a guy whose Serbian name I can't pronounce. Here's the thing. I'm curious about this film. I'm always curious about ultra-violent things. I think it's... I'm very fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by the making of it. I'm fascinated by what makes people want to make them. So I'm interested in this film. I know people have told me not to watch it because it's too creepy and too wild, but I feel like I can handle it. Despite what the guy at the DVD store that I bought it in said, I think I can handle it. I have an iron stomach for these things. Moving on, I've got Bride of Reanimator and Hellbound Hellraiser 2. Sequel day. Seen Reanimator, one of my favorite movies. Seen Hellraiser, one of my favorite movies. Haven't seen the sequels, so let's get into it. Well, I said before that I didn't like the Hellraiser series. I'm assuming I wouldn't like it because I've only heard bad things about it, but maybe I will, who knows. Don't make assumptions. Rule number 1. Now, 23rd. We're a week away from Halloween. I'm going to take it easy with Pigs, aka Daddy's Deadly Darling, from 1972. This film I don't know anything about. I bought it because on the cover of the Blu-ray there was a pig that was eating a person. That was it. Only reason why I have it. I love the cover, I love the name, I bought it. I don't know if it's good, I don't know if it's got like a precedent. I imagine it does because it's been released by like a cult DVD thing. So I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't like forced myself to see it yet. I've just been like saving that for a special day. And the 23rd of October will be that special day. And the home stretch last week of movies, on the 24th, I will be watching The Wizard of Gore from 1970. I first heard of this film through the motion picture Juno, written by Diablo Cody, directed by Jason Reitman. They watched that movie in that movie. And I watched it when it came out in the cinema, and I was like, I want to watch that, it looks like so much fun. And Arrow Video put out on Blu-ray, so I had to buy it, and now I'm watching it. Yes, circle of life. On the 25th, I'm gonna watch Schlock by John Landis. I know John Landis is a controversial figure. I understand that. I get it. However, this film is a guy wearing a monkey suit, so I have to watch it. Also, I have a John Landis story, personal story to share. It's really fun. It's really funny. So on the day that I watch this, I will share my funny, fun, interesting John Landis story. So at least you've got that to look forward to at some point. On the 26th, I've got kind of like a day of like films I should have seen already, because like I'm a horror fan, why haven't you seen these movies? It's The Stuff from 85 and The Gate from 1987. I feel like those are kind of introductory films into like horror and also like cult movies, and I haven't seen them, but I will. 27th, it is the day where I watch a film I found just on a shelf at FOP, and I was like, that looks cool, so I bought it. It was also on sale, so there you go. It's The Church from 1987, directed by Michele Soavi. It's an Italian name, so you gotta say it with the hand. It was written by Dario Argento, according to the DVD box. I've not looked it up on IMDb at all, because I don't want to be spoiled. I want to experience it for the first time, with the weird devil guy and the boobs. It's gonna be fun. It's like an Italian, like, cults and witches and devil monsters movie. It's great. On the 28th, I've got Cat People and Slaughterhouse Rock. They could not be more different. I've got 1942 classy Criterion Collection film, and I've got 1988 crappy, God knows what it's about, you know, cult movie bin film. Pumped for that. I think it'll be a nice contradiction. Also, mostly I'm watching Cat People because I bought it years ago and I haven't seen it. So again, this is me just watching the films that I bought it and then I never saw them. Now I'm watching them. And final stretch, 2 more days to go. On the 29th, I'll be watching 2 kind of mutilation films. That's the theme, mutilation. I've got The Mutilator from 1984 and Tetsuo the Iron Man from 1989. They both mention mutilation in many forms in the descriptions, and that is my shit. I love it! I love gory body horror things. Love that shit. Very excited. On the 30th, it's gonna be another ladies' day. Watching horror movies featuring ladies. Who probably kill people, hopefully. I've got Alice, Sweet Alice from 1978, and I've got 2 versions of Sisters. So the original Sisters from 72, directed by Brian De Palma, and Sisters from 2006, directed by Douglas Buck. I believe Chloe Sevigny stars in that. From the picture, it looks like it. I think it'll be interesting to see how the remake is like the original, because I know that the remake of Carrie isn't very good, but the original was excellent. So people continuously fuck up Brian De Palma movies and the remakes. We'll see how that goes. So then we reach Halloween on the 31st of October. How did we get there already? And to finish up Spooktoberfest, I'm not gonna watch any new movies. I'm gonna go back and rewatch some of my favorites. I'm not sure yet which ones. I've got loads over here. There's tons online as well. I might rewatch Halloween because it's been a while since I've seen it. And we, in this house, we stan John Carpenter. We do. We love him. He's amazing. So that's, I think that's about it. That's my watch list for Spooktoberfest. If you would like to participate and watch along, please tell me, because that's really exciting. I want everyone to watch as many horror movies as they can, because it's the best genre ever. We stan. We stan! Even though I'm too old to say that. Alright, that's it from me. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks from me, my dog, who's sitting right there behind the camera. She's asleep. Please let me know if you are excited for horror, for Spooktoberfest as well, for horror movies. If you're on Letterboxd, follow me there. I'm gonna put the link down below. I'll follow you back. We can share some movie love. And that's it, I think, for this video. Let's get started watching, right? It's time. It's time for Halloween. Finally. Finally, in this barrage of shit this year. At least we have Halloween to look forward to. See you later.